Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be the Phoenix Suns facing off against the Atlanta Hawks. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
2K Sports brings you the NBA on a Friday afternoon. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for Phoenix, it's Jay Crowder and it's Saric in at the four-man position. And for Atlanta, and it's Collins in at the four slot. Ball with the ball, down low, and stuffed right through. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
The dish to Booker.
Get the perimeter!
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play, even with a defender draped all over him. He's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And something else he does is he's great off the dribble. He can take it to the rack or pull up. So as a defender, you don't know how to play it.
And Phoenix making a change here. Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, you know, the Suns dropped from being a team that could fight for a playoff spot to the cellar of the West last season, and much of that you could attribute to how much they struggled on the road.
And it's rejected. And possession. Ball outside. Puts the lead pass in front of him. A stupendous finish in traffic. Booker's got his second bucket of the night. Well, the Suns did have a lot of trouble on the road, as you were saying, Clark. Only managed to win 8 games as the visiting team. Steve, the entire season. That's not good.
Well, 8 wins is unacceptable. They actually tied the Suns with the Kings for the fewest road wins in the entire conference. So, look, this is a young team. They have a lot of learning to do. They've got to add talent. I think the rebuilding project has started, and they're going to get better, but it's still going to take some time.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I caught up with the head coach for the Hawks. I asked him about the challenge of containing Chris Paul, and he said, well, he's one of the best in the business, maybe the best. There's really nothing he can't do. But, fellas, he said matching CP3's intensity on the court and making him work defensively are 2 keys. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
Booker gets a screw from Saric. Booker inside, defended by Hubbard. No good from Booker. Now Young inside. Tries to save it. Pass to Hubbard. A 3. No what? And Phoenix will come the other way. Paul outside. Passes to Saric. Back to Paul. Here's feet. Down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team, right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show that team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score, and there are going to be some nights where everything just misses. And I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
From 11 feet away. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Johnson, he's checked in for Saric. Now the feed to Booker. Shot is off. Nice D from her. Fast break, the Hawks. Leads him in there. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
I I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Here's Booker. Kicks it out to Johnson. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
Not true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
The drive by Paul. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Hawks were pretty solid against the Western Conference, splitting the 30 games they played 15 and 15. And if you do that against the West, when you're an Eastern Conference team, usually you're going to make the playoffs, and the Hawks did as a 6th seed.
And for the Hawks against the West, as Clark, you were talking about earlier, 15 and 15. It might sound ho-hum, but Steve was actually the 4th best record against the West of all teams in the East.
Well, look, the West, we know that the more dominant conference. I think 15 is a pretty solid record for Atlanta. So they had a good showing last year against the West.
The Suns making a switch here. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And here's Carter with the lead pass. Used the screen and took it all the way. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 5. Shoots a fader. Can't hit, and Phoenix will come the other way. To the paint, number 14.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yep, +5 in rebounds. That didn't take long.
You know, for so long, the Suns had been one of the stronger teams in the West and typically could just blitzkrieg Eastern Conference teams with their offense. That's not the case anymore. It really was the East that got the better of the Suns last season.
Well, back to the Suns against the Eastern Conference. They really seemed to flounder at times, and they had to travel to the East Coast. And Steve, even when they hosted teams in the desert.
You know, all good things must come to an end, and the Suns' dominance over the East wasn't going to last forever. Because remember, for many years, the Suns just ran roughshod over the Eastern Conference. But only 8 wins in their 30 games against the East. That was by far the lowest total of anybody in the West.
You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
And he makes the first. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And, Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that team.
About some tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule. But a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
Back to Johnson. Atlanta with the rebound. 16 seconds left to play in the first. Feeds to Brown. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here's Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He got it up. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, they've been getting to the foul line here an awful lot. The aggressive play really paying off.
Yeah, and you know what? It also helps to put the mute button on the crowd. I mean, when you methodically score at the line, that can put those fans on their hands. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke.
Well, guys, 2 lottery picks this year out of Canada. Kelly Olynyk out of Gonzaga taken 13th, and Anthony Bennett out of UNLV, the surprise first overall pick. With the presumptive #1 pick next season coming from Canada, it seems Canadians are taking over the NBA. Bennett said this shows that basketball is on the come up in Canada. We have a lot of young talent, players in college right now. So the next couple of years should be good for us. Kevin?
Boy, you gotta like that. Thanks, Doris. Number 14. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Suns shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
And the Suns making a change here. Now here's Rondo. He's covered closely. And Phoenix making a change here. Paul's checked in. That was played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. That's good.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Phoenix. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by, here's Hogan. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Paul against Rondo. Here's Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
Great sign, because after that poor first quarter, now they're playing better offensively and they have the lead.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from Hunter. Young's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Both free throws good from Hunter. The Suns leading. Paul outside. Gives her a pass. The basket, the bump, and the foul. Oh, what a play.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
The Suns have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Yep, great focus at the free throw line. They're taking care of business.
That's exactly how you keep on the lead. 100% free throwing for the quarter. That'll do it.
A steal. Always gone up for the alley-oop here. No good from Booker.
Tried to get a little too fancy with that one.
Unless the alley-oop is going to be uncontested on both ends of the play, you're better off avoiding it.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Paul gets a screen from Booker. He kicks it to Crowder. A great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 6th assist on the night. The Hawks trail by 6. And Young kicks to Hunter. Back to Young. He dishes it to Collins. Shot clock at 6. Can't help it. By Crowder. They retain possession.
Well, something special about him is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And we can't forget to mention his rebounding now. When you watch him, just keep an eye on the way he battles in the paint when the shot goes up.
But he stays with it. Dishes to Booker. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Reset.
Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. The first one falls. Sarge is checked in for Jay Crowder. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, that was solid. I tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Young. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Young against Paul. He's hit the pick to the middle. The screen powered down after the assist led him into the lane.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
There was a lot to like on that play.
And Young kicks to Collins. The pass to Hunter.
Kick it out, kick it out.
He feeds it to Young. Lock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got to pause.
Yeah, they're making some shots now. Clark finally starting to make up some ground.
Here's Paul. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Collins. Strong with the one-handed jam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
And it's blocked by Hubbard. 46 seconds left now here in the second.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
And the Suns making a change here. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 in the second quarter. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
But come on, you've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Back to Johnson. Pass to Ngambo. Johnson the screen. From past the arc. Buzzer beater.
Just in time. And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a six-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And we're through 2 here in a good one. Suns lead by 4.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday night so far. For the Phoenix Suns, they have the lead against Atlanta. They've taken full advantage of that charity strike.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You have to like what we're seeing from Booker.
I loved his approach, guys. He came out aggressively, took the ball into the teeth of the defense, and either got points at the rim or drew fouls.
Most of the time he's been drawing fouls. He has the free throw total to show for it as well. Nicks and bruises.
Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Passes it to Hunter. Cantella. Hangs in the air.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
For Atlanta, they have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
For a long time, it's been about getting out and running for Atlanta. And that was really one of the strengths of the team last season as well. Really one of the better teams in fast break points in the league.
The Hawks trailing. Fast break. The Hawks for the lead. And the layup is up and in. 10 points for him.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And for the Hawks, who are so good on break, ended up 3rd in the league last year in fast break points. Steve, not a surprise with the athletes that team has.
Yeah, but that's changing, Kevin. With Josh Smith's departure, I think it's a big blow. They're not as good in transition anymore, but they do have some exciting young talent, young players who can get out and run. So it's going to be interesting over the next couple of seasons to watch this team unfold.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. The pass to Hunter. Kicks it to Collins. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. First free throw is good. And Phoenix making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Second free throw, no good.
You know, for a team that like to push the tempo and get out in transition and get to the rim, the Hawks really didn't get to the line an awful lot. And even when they did get there, they were near the bottom in not just percentage, but also in free throw attempts.
Here's blocked. Herbert defended by Booker, and it's blocked by Bridges. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. No good from Booker. And Clark, to add some numbers to what you were saying about the Hawks last year, a lot of fast break points and chances, but they were in the bottom 5, Steve, when it came to total free throws attempted.
Well, that's one of the reasons they ran so much, Kevin. They wanted to get out of the half court because in the half court they didn't have the players who could create contact and get to the line. So they had to settle for jump shots a lot of the time. That's why they always wanted to get out and run.
Young for 3, and it's good. Young's got 6 points.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
And the first one drops. A platoon swap here for Phoenix. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. And it's Rondo penetrating. Reddish. Back to Rondo. Takes the lead pass. Number 24 somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical. He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Pass to Rondo. Reddish to Goodwin.
Hey, Rondo!
Jay Crowder's checked in for the Suns. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Outside Rondo. Hawks passing it around. 4 on the clock. That's blocked. Here's Booker. He's got 13. Goodwin with the steal. There's the feed to Rondo. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Here's feet. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. And the Suns making a change here. Here's Booker. This is the 3.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in. for the lead. Number 20. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
The other team's playing a weaker club, able to pull away. I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
And the rejection by Crowder. 1:21 left here in the third quarter. Bridges passes to Booker. He passes to Carter. Throws it from outside. Carter's got his first 3 points of the game. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
And here's Young from the arc. Again, Young missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Booker dishes to Crowder. There's the pick. Booker defended by Young. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. That free throw missing. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. He hits the second from the line.
At least they have the advantage, but if they don't get a stop here, that missed free throw could prove to be a killer.
Pass to Harden. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And Phoenix making a change here. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. There's a screen on Paul. 5 to shoot. They get it again. Passes it to Hubbard. For 3. Feeds it to Young. And there's the pass to Hunter. And another shot. Rejected. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. Suns ahead, up by 1. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Suns leading.
Who's watching it? Oh, I got it.
Pass to Bridges. Backs up a 3. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising in such a tight game.
Yeah, you're right. Very rarely will you out-rebound an opponent like that and not have it pay off.
Pass to Hunter.
Good boy, good boy.
Wide open shot is on the money. And the Hawks lead by 1. And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, what's that, 7 lead changes already here? So this is a great matchup, guys. 2 competitive teams going at it.
And Booker kicks to Paul. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, you know, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And his attitude, Steve, just his general poise and presence is something else you notice about him. He's really a calming influence over that team.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Bridges with the board.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Hawks making a change here. Both free throws good from Booker. The Hawks trail by 4. Number 21. Atlanta again missing.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play Dion or not, he's going to miss that one.
They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line. He's off on the first. And the Suns making a change here. And he's good on the second.
He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a two-possession game.
Defended by Booker. Capella. And it's sent back by Booker. He kicks to Paul. Leaps for it. Young with the steal. Again. He takes it up and lays it in.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Here's Booker, defended by Hunter. Takes the 15-footer. Fourth quarter, point we're about 2.5 minutes right now. Young outside. And it's off from three-point range. Suns leading by 3. Now here's Paul. He dishes it to Booker. There's a good screen. That's the ball. He feeds it to Crowder. And the Suns miss again. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field. They want to go a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And that one falls for Young. And Phoenix making a change here. And so Young nails them both. Suns have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Paul gets a screen from Sarge.
I see him.
Dishes it to Booker. Pass to Sarge. Kicks to Paul.
Hey, turn around.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. 4 on the shot clock. Johnson inside, number 14. And finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Suns lead by 3.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Well, he's watching his club miss a lot of shots that they normally make, and that has to be frustrating. So I think he's going to call this timeout just to try to see if they can be more aggressive, get them to the free throw line maybe.
Sometimes that's the best solution for them, but ultimately I think they'll be able to shoot themselves out of this slump. But in the meantime, maybe get into the free throw line.
A moment to check in with Doris. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, well, the Hawks coach had some advice for his team over that last break. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back from this. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
Thank you, Doris.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
No luck. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Defended by Booker. Number 21. That's the go-ahead bucket. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ball goes in, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Collins checked in for Atlanta. And the Suns call time. They trail by 2. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter.
Pull.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Booker the pass to Sarge. Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Here's Booker, defended by Hubbard. Now the dish to Booker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. Now trip to the line to shoot 2. Gets the first, and that gives them the lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 2-point ball game.
That was critical, guys. Absolutely critical. And, you know, that's what we're used to seeing out of him.
Young off a bit from Collins. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, it's been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
A nice shot by Booker.
He hushed him up with that shot.
Well, a huge bucket there to stifle the crowd. You're right.
It's like they're stunned. I mean, they don't know what to think.
Young passes to Hubbard. Capella. Finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we got one here tonight.
14. Money.
A crucial basket.
They needed it, and he gave it to them.
For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And taken away by Paul. The feed to Booker. Takes the 13-footer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Throws up on the block. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's Johnson penetrating. Paul, defended by Young. Number 14, just 3 to shoot. Now Young. Here's Collins. No good from three-point territory. Going to overtime. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Well, if you love great competition and neck-and-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1, getting going right now. So Phoenix will get the first possession. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
The Hawks trailing. Young passes to Hubbard. And the pass to Collins. Fades. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
The defender shouldn't hang his head there. That's just a good shot, plain and simple.
And the Suns making a change here. Sarge is checked in. And Young gets the huddle. It's hauled in by the Suns. Crowder's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Feeds it to Booker. Pass to Crowder. Cuts off the pass. Here's Hunter. Down the breakaway slam.
Boy, the kind of moment you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. They're turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
There's the bucket. Good.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
We're just over a minute into overtime here. Pass to Hunter. He kicks to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. The shot's good from Hunter. And the Hawks lead by 3.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket. And tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play is a play. An aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way. The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Free throw, good Booker.
Big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked, and big on the back end to knock down the free throw.
He dishes it to Young.
See the eye contact there, gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder. obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. He's perfect from the line this time.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
Knocked loose. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. He's going to make a lot more of those when he misses when he's got that much room.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Teardrop shot. Passes it to Hubbard. Capella. Young outside. He feeds it to Collins. Pocket 4. Capella. The kick out to Young. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Sinks it.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
It's overtime basketball, folks. If you're just tuning in, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
I got him.
Now the pass to Hunter. It's up a 3. Buries the triple.
That bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop can seal the deal.
Booker dishes to Crowder. Paul kicks it to Booker. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Ooh, he's playing hard, but you got to play smart, too. Get there too late, and that's a big whistle.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Very well.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan player of the game.